Hey, it's your friend Lindsay. Welcome to Small Business Growth Tools, where we grow our businesses and our faith. Stick around and I'll teach you how to take intentional action to grow your small business. Hey friends, today's episode is for you if you have little to no clients, little to no referrals, but fair warning, this is likely going to step on your toes because today we're making 3 mindset shifts that may just set you free. Welcome back to Small Business Growth Tools. I'm Lindsay Fletcher. I'm a relationship marketing and sales strategist, and I'm here to bust up some lies that we've all been believing so that we can step into exactly what God has called us to build and connect with who we are supposed to serve. If this is your first episode, this one is on me, and if you decide that you want more, we'll do a quick little virtual handshake. You'll hit the follow or subscribe button, and I'll keep hitting publish. Do we have a deal? All right, awesome. All right, ladies, I'm sure that you have felt it because I know I have. Women in general, but I would say specifically and especially Christian women have accepted some lies in business as truths. Like being bold means being arrogant, and that being direct means being unkind, and that asking clearly for what we want makes us too much or too salesy. By the world's standards, we should be quiet and soft and not charge much, if anything, for the work that we do. But you are confident in what you deliver. But when it comes time to talk about it with others, you get all up in your head because of the lies that you've been taught. I've watched it over and over, and I'm tired of letting my fellow Christian entrepreneurs deflate themselves in conversations because we are believing lies about who we are supposed to be as women, and especially as Christian business women. So let me set the stage for you. You go to a networking event or you meet someone new and they ask you, what do you do? Well, what do? You end up downplaying your work. You downplay that you're the best in your area or the best in your industry, and you downplay your experience. You downplay the results that you get for your customers. I literally have stopped 2 people in the last week because one of them called their business little and the other one completely downplayed her experience to the point that what she was really doing was putting herself down. She had 9 years of experience in the industry that she works in, and she literally told us she has no experience, no degrees, nothing to back it up. Which isn't true. She has 9 years of very happy customers and 9 years of very happy referral partners. If we are going to make a profit in our businesses so that we can turn around and make an impact in our communities, we've got to stop believing and living out these lies. The lie is this. Christian women have to be soft, we have to be quiet, and we just want to help people, and we don't really need to charge anything, even though we're called to be in business, not in a profitable way, in a way that depletes all of who we are in Jesus to fit into the way the world says Christians, specifically Christian women, should behave, and especially in business. I'm calling BS on that today. I want you to know that the Lord commands us to be unafraid and to be strong and courageous. It says so in Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. So if he commands us to have strength and courage and to not be afraid, why are we trying to negotiate? Being bold, taking up space, and letting someone see that you are confident in what you do does not equal pride. It's actually courageous. So today I'm going to drop some bombs on some things, and I want to be clear that this episode is not to shame you. This is to help you evaluate where you might be believing lies about yourself and how you are allowed to show up as a Christian entrepreneur. I'm going to share 3 mindset shifts that we have to make to move our businesses and our kingdom impact forward. This is your fair warning. I'm likely going to step on your toes. So this is my disclaimer. I might hurt your feelings a little or maybe a lot, and you might not like me very much at the end of this episode, but that is A-okay. I am here to help you push through the muck of entrepreneurship as a Christian through to the side that's profitable where you pay your bills with your business, and where you have extra left over to give and to serve others. So let's dive in. Mindset shift number 1, your business is not about you. It's about the people that you serve. When we take the focus off of the people that we serve, we're making it about us. And you have to go all in on reaching the people that God has called you to serve. I'm not talking about working 90 hours a week or living on social media. You still have to have a life, a family life, a social life, right? But what I'm talking about is in networking, in sales, in marketing. You have to go all in reaching the people that God has called you to serve. If you say things like, I don't like networking, or I'm not in sales, or I just don't like people. Have you said that last one sort of jokingly, but also sort of seriously? I used to say that one. I want you to notice how all of those sentences, all of those phrases start with I. Let's start with the last one. I don't like people. You are in business, which means you are in the business of people. You don't have a business without people. And especially if you're a Christian entrepreneur, you've got to remove this one from your vocabulary and from the phrases that you say. Those people are God's children, and you don't like them? Are we being for real right now? Yes, some people can be difficult, but so were the people in Jesus's time on earth. And you don't read where he said he didn't like people or he hated people, right? Your business isn't about you. It's about the people you can serve and help and solve problems for. And when we are in the business of serving, we are in the business of serving people, and those people are God's children. Now, if you're an introvert, I understand that peopling can really drain you. And that's not what I'm talking about here. How you recharge or the situations that you put yourself in may need to be different than someone who gains energy and momentum from being in groups of people. But continuing to say, I don't like people, isn't going to get you anywhere. You are in the business of people. You don't have a business without people. The next one is, I don't like networking. That's focused on what you aren't getting out of it, how you might be afraid you'll be rejected, not what you can do to serve the people in those rooms or the people that they know. Networking and relationship marketing isn't about you. It's about reaching the people that the people in those Zoom rooms or in those in-person rooms know. It's about serving them, building trust so that they then give you access to their network. Here's another one. I'm not in sales is focused on how you're feeling. That feeling of not wanting to be rejected, the feeling that you're being too pushy or too salesy or too much, right? Sales is service. And I could do a whole year's worth of content on this one topic. So I'm only going to say a couple of things on this one, but sales isn't about you. It's about them, how you can help them, how you can serve them, their outcomes, their goals, their dreams, their relationships. You have to let yourself get lost in serving other people. And then your hopes, your dreams, your goals, your outcomes will come because you've made the shift and you are going all in on serving other people. All right, mindset shift number 2. And you might get mad at me for this one, but here we go. You are not the victim. I know, I'm going to repeat myself here. You are not the victim. You are not the victim of people not referring you. You are not the victim of people not choosing you. You are not the victim when you don't have any clients. I know that might be really, really hard to hear, but you are responsible for getting the word out about your business. You are responsible for building relationships and for your reputation so that clients want to work with you and the others want to refer to you. But I'm here to help you fix this, okay? Here's what's happening if you're not getting clients or referrals. You're likely being unclear and unmemorable. So I'm going to break it down for you here, okay? If people can't repeat what you do in one sentence, it's not their fault. Friend, that is your fault. If they don't know exactly who you work with, They won't recognize it in conversations with other people. And if you speak in vague, fluffy language instead of being extremely clear, people won't know how to help you get the word out. They won't know how to refer you, and they certainly won't know how to come to you as a client looking for what you have. I do believe that people want to help you get the word out. It may not be the people that you think should want to help you, but there are actual strangers out there who want to share about you, but they can't tell anybody what you do because you're using fluffy or vague, or you're using so much industry jargon that they can't explain it to someone else without using that language, which confuses everyone. They may like you, but they can't advocate for you if you're using ambiguous language. Friend, ambiguity is not humility. Being vague is you hesitating because of your lack of confidence in what you do, who you serve, or your message. And again, you aren't focusing on who you're called to serve here. You're letting you get in the way. So let's just call it what it actually is. It's fear seeping through the cracks because you're afraid to be crystal clear because it might eliminate someone. What you aren't understanding or remembering is that God isn't calling you to serve all of the humans on planet Earth. He's calling you to serve a very select group of people. So I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions. Can someone describe what you do and who you serve without you in the room? I want you to go ask your spouse, your sister, your best friend, your kids. Ask a business friend to describe what you do. That will be very, very telling. And if they can't tell you in a clear and concise manner, you need to clear it up quickly. So to shift this, you're going to work on stating what you do in a clear, concise way that people can understand. I want you to whittle it down to one sentence. And then you're going to make sure that people know exactly who you're looking to connect with. Serving people well includes communicating clearly. And when you play the victim, you are making it all about you. You should be making it all about the people that you serve, okay? All right, now that we've gotten that one out of the way, woo! That one was a sticky one. If you're already feeling like I'm ruffling your feathers, that's good. I want you to lean in. I really do. Because in just a second, I'm going to say something that might offend you just a little or maybe a lot, but it might also free you from what you've got going on in your head. The issue isn't that people don't like you. The issue is that you're afraid that they won't. Stay with me here. Mindset shift number 3, you've got to stop trying to be liked. You are showing up afraid someone won't like you. You aren't talking about your business boldly, courageously, or even proud of what you do. And not in a proud, conceited sort of way, but proud that God has chosen you to steward this business and your customers. Because Susie in the room over there might not like your confidence. Friend, you need to walk into that room like God sent you there because he did. Stop worrying about who you might not attract. The best thing you can do in networking and in marketing is draw a line in the sand on who you are, how you'll show up, and know and speak about who you serve clearly, okay? Without worrying about what other people might think. Because when you're thinking of these people, you aren't thinking about who you are serving through your business. When you are thinking about what people might think, you aren't thinking about who you're serving. Just imagine if Jesus had worried about what others thought of him, we wouldn't be saved. He was so focused on finding the lost that he didn't have time to worry about what other people thought of him, and neither do you. He wasn't worried about what Susie from grade school might think or Betty in the networking group might think or say about him. Worry about who you are serving and stop worrying about being liked. And again, this is another way that we are involuntarily making our businesses about us and not the people that we serve. It's really about them. If this is a mindset shift that you need to make, I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions. Why are you expecting universal approval when Jesus himself didn't have it? And why are you allowing your focus to be taken off of who you are called to serve? Seriously, why? I want you to do some reflection on this one because the answers might really surprise you. So let's talk about some practical application of these 3 mindset shifts, okay? Being bold, being strong, being courageous in business looks like a clear elevator pitch. It looks like a direct ask. It also looks like confident pricing, following up without apologizing, and saying, here's how I can help you. You aren't being aggressive or arrogant. You are being clear, strong, and courageous. And most importantly, you are focusing on who you are called to serve. That's where God wants our focus. You are not called to whisper about what God has asked you to build. You are not too much. And I want to be a part of the generation of Christian women who stop shrinking and start showing up how God intended us to show up, which is bold, courageous, and unafraid. If this episode stirred something in you, I want you to hit follow or subscribe right now because we are building bold, courageous, faith-led businesses focused on who God has called us to serve. And I'd like for you to share this with another Christian businesswoman who might need this. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode. I'm sorry if I stepped on your toes, but I love you and I will talk to you next week. As always, I'm praying for you and I'm praying for your business.